Let me ask you something. Have you ever woken up, looked at your wearable, and seen a low HRV score staring back at you, and you had absolutely no idea what caused it or what to do about it? If that's you, this video is exactly what you need. Heart rate variability is one of the most honest health metrics we have. It doesn't lie. It doesn't care how you think you feel. It reflects what's actually going on inside your nervous system. And when it's low, your body is basically sending you a message. The problem is most people don't know how to read that message. I've been working the breathing, the parasympathetic nervous system, and the vagus nerve for over a decade. HRV has been one of the most useful tools in my toolkit for understanding how all of that work is actually landing in the body. Now here's what we're going to cover today. First, I'm going to walk you through the most common reasons your HRV is low. Second, I'll give you practical, zero-cost lifestyle habits that have the biggest impact on raising it. And third, I'll lead you through a guided breathing practice that you can do tonight using a free app called Paced Breathing that will start moving your HRV in the right direction almost immediately. The number one cause of low HRV is poor sleep. Not just short sleep, but low quality sleep. You see, when you sleep well, your parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest and digest side of your autonomic nervous system, gets to do its recovery work. When sleep is fragmented, or you're not getting enough deep sleep, that recovery work doesn't happen. And your HRV the next morning reflects that directly. Now, alcohol is one of the biggest disruptors of sleep quality, even when people feel like they slept fine. Many people are genuinely shocked when they start tracking HRV and they see exactly how much even 1 or 2 drinks tanks their score the following morning. The second cause is overtraining or under recovery. A hard exercise is a stressor. That's not a bad thing. Stress followed by recovery is how we get stronger. But if you're piling workout on top of workout without giving your body time to adapt, your HRV will stay suppressed. Your body is trying to tell you it hasn't finished recovering yet. This is actually one of the most practical uses of HRV in an athletic context. Not as a way to push harder, but as a signal to back off when backing off is exactly what you need. The third cause is chronic psychological stress. Your nervous system doesn't distinguish between the stress of running from a predator and the stress of a difficult conversation with your boss. Both activate the sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight side. And when you're living in a state of chronic low-level stress, your autonomic nervous system is essentially stuck in that activated state. Your HRV reflects the balance between the sympathetic and the parasympathetic systems. So when the sympathetic tone is chronically elevated, your HRV is chronically suppressed. The fourth cause is illness or inflammation. And when I had COVID, I didn't feel that terrible, honestly. A mild fever, a bit of achiness, but my HRV hit the lowest number I had ever recorded. So your immune system responding to a threat is a significant physiological demand, and that demand shows up clearly in your HRV. The same is true for low-grade chronic inflammation from things like poor diet, gut issues, or inadequate sleep. The body is fighting something, and HRV reflects that burden. The fifth cause is shallow, fast breathing. This one is often overlooked. Now, most adults in modern sedentary life breathe between 14 and 20 breaths per minute. Research consistently shows that slow diaphragmatic breathing, somewhere around 5 to 6 breaths per minute, directly and immediately increases your HRV. Every slow, full exhale is a direct stimulation with the vagus nerve, which activates your parasympathetic nervous system. When you breathe fast and shallow, you're essentially leaving this tool on the table. We're going to come back to this in the breathing practice at the end. Now, let's talk about what you can actually do about it. The single highest leverage thing that you can do for your HRV is protect your sleep. That's not glamorous advice, I know, but the data is overwhelming. Aim for 7 to 9 hours. More importantly, aim for consistency. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, including weekends, is one of the most powerful regulators of your autonomic nervous system. Your body thrives on rhythm. Keep your room cool and dark. Avoid screens and bright light for at least an hour before bed. And seriously, consider cutting out alcohol, or at least paying attention to how it affects your score the morning after. Let your own data teach you. The second thing is to respect recovery as seriously as you respect training. If you're an athlete or someone who exercises regularly, build in at least 1 or 2 full rest days per week. On those days, light walking is fine, but avoid anything that significantly elevates your heart rate. When your HRV is tracking low for several days in a row, that is your body asking for more rest, not more work. Listen to it. The third thing is to add brief daily stress regulation practices. The research on this is strong. Even 5 to 10 minutes per day of intentional parasympathetic activation makes a measurable difference over time. Meditation works, yoga nidra works, cold exposure in the form of a cold shower works for some people, and breathing practices are probably the most immediate and accessible of all of these. You don't need a gym, you don't need equipment, and the effect on your nervous system is almost instantaneous. The fourth thing is to look at your nutrition and inflammation. You don't need a perfect diet, but there are a few things worth paying attention to. Highly processed foods, seed oils in large quantities, refined sugar and alcohol are all linked to systemic inflammation. And systemic inflammation is directly associated with lower HRV. Moving toward whole foods, getting enough protein, staying well hydrated, and not eating too close to bedtime are all meaningful steps. The fifth thing is to reduce screen time and news consumption, particularly in the evening. This sounds almost too simple, but the impact is real. Emotional and cognitive arousal in the hours before sleep keeps your sympathetic nervous system active and interferes with the transition to rest. The content you consume matters. Stressful news, emotionally activating social media, even intense TV shows can measurably affect your nervous system and your HRV. All right, now here's the thing I want you to take away from all of this. You don't need to do everything perfectly. You don't need expensive devices or paid subscriptions or biohacking supplements. What you need is consistency across the basics: sleep, recovery, stress management, movement, and breathing. These are the levers. HRV is just the readout that helps you see which levers are actually working for your body. Now let's close with the breathing practice I mentioned. For this, you can use a free app called Paced Breathing. It's available on both iOS and Android at no cost. Open the app and set your inhale to 4 seconds and your exhale to 6 seconds. That gives you a breathing rate of roughly 6 breaths per minute, which is right in the zone for maximizing vagal tone and HRV. You can do this practice before bed, and if you have a wearable that tracks overnight HRV, check your score the morning after and see what you notice. Okay, to prepare, lie flat on your back in your bed. Place your right hand on your chest and your left hand on your abdomen. We're going to breathe in and out through the nose. As you inhale, your belly should rise. As you exhale, your belly should fall. Your chest should stay relatively still. Let your eyes close. Let's breathe together now. Inhale through your nose, belly rises. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through your nose, belly falls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, belly rises. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, belly falls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With every exhale, let your body sink a little heavier into the bed. Let your jaw release. Let your shoulders drop. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Final round. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Release your hands to your sides. Let your breath return to its natural rhythm. This is a good time to let yourself drift towards sleep. If you practice that consistently over the next few weeks, alongside the lifestyle changes we talked about today, you'll almost certainly see your HRV trend upward. The bottom line is this: a low HRV is not a verdict, it's information. And information is useful. Your body is asking for more rest, or less stress, or better sleep, or deeper breathing. When you start listening, the numbers change. And more importantly, so does how you feel. Hit subscribe if this was helpful. And if you have questions about any of this, leave them in the comments below.